So for this particular review, I'm just going to kind of give a broad stroke of the 3 chapters. I'm not going to go into them each individually. For the most part, a lot of this has been action, a lot of craziness going on, but I just kind of want to go, instead of like going each and every detail of what happened in each chapter, just going to talk about a broad stroke of things of what happened more or less between the 3 chapters, since it's been a continuance of fighting and a lot of action. Now, as far as Takizawa's character, based on these 3 chapters, it seems as though he's there, but he's completely changed. I don't know if they tortured the living fuck out of him, similar to what happened to Kaneki, except Kaneki was still able to keep some sort of sanity in him. Remember, he was gone for 2 years, and those 2 years, I'm sure, between transferring shit in and out of him, turning him into a ghoul, and at the same time, just mental anguish is what made him this way. Because even when he saw those students from that lecture that he had all those years ago, he was like, you should have paid attention, and just rips the bitch's head off. Which, by the way, I've noticed in these chapters, Sui Ishida is not holding back on violence or gore at all. He is not like pulling punches. People are getting their heads ripped off left and right. People are getting impaled. People are dying. Good fucking shit there, because this is Tokyo Ghoul. This is supposed to be that way. We're supposed to get carnage, and yeah, he's not holding any bars back. But as far as Takizawa's character goes, he's there, but he just doesn't give a fuck. And he's so fucked up in the mind that it's like he's talking about brains as if they're jelly, and he's just completely, he's gone. I can't even say he's completely gone. It's hard to describe, because he's not completely gone, because he remembers who he is, but he doesn't care, as if he was starved and tortured. So Takizawa is just an interesting specimen. I think it's, what if Kaneki was in that position that he was in with what Jason did to him for a hell of a lot longer? I think that's what he would have turned into. Now, as far as Mutsuki go, it was only a matter of time until she was rescued. Honestly, this is Kaneki if he had somebody to rescue him. Like, with Sasaki rescuing her, it was only a matter of time, because this is different. This isn't when Kaneki had nobody that was going to come save him, and he had to fucking figure things out by himself. Mutsuki has people, and it's more so, I've noticed with Sui Ishida, he really wants to keep her subplot regarding the whole gender issues and, you know, gender identity issues very relevant to her character. Like, for him to put small little details, like her having her period in the middle of everything, even though she desperately wants to escape from being a female and kind of live life as a man, that's the gender identity issues that I really hope towards the end of the series she comes to grips with. And, you know, it's not that necessarily that, I don't think she completely hates the fact that she is a female or whatever, you know, biology-wise. I think it's what everything that happened to her is like, fuck that shit. I want to leave that shit. And it was traumatic for her, so that's why she wants to escape it. So the little small touches that Sui Ishida is adding in there is what, again, separates this from like any type of, you know, this is seinen at the end of the day, and that's a very big issue. Gender identity, and just in general, when you want to escape from something and you have to, you know, deal with lingering issues, it's something very big and very prevalent to her mind, and her wanting to run away from it, but it's still being there. Yeah, it's a huge issue, and I'm liking that. Even though it's very small and minuscule compared to everything that's going on, it's still something that's very real and realistic, for that matter, in this world. Anyone else just want to snap Urie's neck? Like, no matter what Mutsuki says, because Mutsuki is there so nice to him. He's running with Mutsuki, which, by the way, he didn't even want to do that to begin with, so it just continuously shows that he desperately is in need of an ass whipping. We need the 1000-7 ass whipping for this motherfucker. But Mutsuki's there like, you know, we rely on you, we need you, you're really, you know, you're a huge part of this team, we care about you, etc., etc. And he's in his mind, while he's talking to her, just like, fuck you, I don't care about you guys, you're weak, you're pieces of shit, I just want rewards. Someone just hurt this motherfucker, please. I noticed one thing which I hope soon turns around, which I think it might because of the upcoming chapter. Sasaki and Kaneki has become a lesser deal at the moment than everything else that's going on. And one of my favorite parts of Tokyo Ghoul thus far has been the internal struggles and the internal conflict within him. Like the whole Sasaki not understanding, and the remembrance of Kaneki and white-haired Kaneki and all that good stuff. Like, that's something that has been toned down a lot, and it hasn't been that big of a deal. Like, Sasaki, for that matter, has not been that big of a deal, and I want that to change. And I'm hoping, again, with Takizawa having his eyes on them, he'll have to go, you know, buck wild crazy, and we'll get more of that again, him fighting with himself, because at the end of the day, Takizawa looks like he's in a whole other league, and not many are going to be able to tango with him. Like I said in my last review, and I'll say it again, Naki needs character development. We see in this one, he's just crying and fighting, and it seems as though they're going to pin him down. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets arrested in this one, and he's one of the casualties. At the very least, he's not going to die, but he's going to be arrested and put into that big ghoul prison or whatever, because Naki, he needs to change. He's a crybaby about everything, and that needs to change. We've only gotten teasers of the carnage and the epicness of Nutcracker, and I want to see more of Nutcracker. I'm actually, like, out of all the newer people that have been introduced in like, you know, not from the original one, Nutcracker kind of gets me excited. She looks like a beast. She looks like a monster. That drawing of her, like, looking like a yandere nut job or whatever eating. I want more of Nutcracker. We've seen a little bit of her. We've seen that she's vicious and she don't give a fuck. She's crushing niggas' nuts like nothing. Let's get more Nutcracker. Just stay away from my nuts. You know what I'm saying? As a person in real life, I always cringe when I see somebody that is a lot older than somebody get their ass kicked. Like, if a 30-year-old man gets his ass kicked by, like, a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old, that makes me cringe. And when Torso has to say, like, I'm older than him and I still got fucked up by Kane, I don't know, that just rubbed me a weird way. I was just like, damn, motherfucker. But we know Torso ain't done, and we know the storyline with him and Mutsuki is going to continue. I'm curious if at some given point prior to Reven, maybe they cross paths at some given point, him and Mutsuki. There's a possibility there, and maybe that's something that tortures her mind as well. Huge setup. I don't know if Urie's going to be able to do it, though, regarding him finding the hideout with all the ghouls. At the end of the day, if they all come at him and Mutsuki, I don't think can take out hundreds of ghouls that are hiding down there. And either way, this is a perfect opportunity for Urie to step in big time and for Sasaki to have to save his ass yet again. Regardless of what operation you have, you're still a bitch. You still need to sit the fuck down and stop it. Like, the more and more, I think Suishida is purposely doing this as well. He's making us really fucking hate Urie and really just want to slap the dog shit out of him. Which, if that's what he's doing, then job succeeded, because I just really can't stand Urie. Like, he really pisses me off, which is good. And it's not like he pisses me off like, oh, he's so stupid. He's just an asshole. And yeah, overall with these past 3 chapters, I definitely want a little bit more in the future with Sasaki. I want to get back to the internal conflict, but it's just been a lot of action, not big on the revelations or anything like that. More so just advancing through, which is good stuff all around. And to be honest with you, it's just been very good chapters. Nothing extreme or whatever, but building up Takizawa, building up that Urie's a piece of shit, building up a little bit of Nutcracker, not too much, and yeah, just advancement all around. So very good stuff. Honestly, if I had to rate these 3 chapters together, it would just be 8s all around. It was just very good stuff continuing on through to the next, you know, big fight or whatever. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, how do you feel about Mutsuki's subplot regarding her gender identity, her gender issues, etc., etc.? Also, do you want to kill Urie at this particular point? How do you feel about Takizawa? And can you explain Takizawa right now? Is it basically what I said? What if Kaneki was tortured for like 10 times the amount of time that he was, and he's still there, but he just doesn't give a fuck anymore? And your overall thoughts of these chapters. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.